Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video, and I'm going to be talking about a newly shown Marvel Legends item. But before I go into this, I just want to say that recently I did purchase a new computer, and I've been having some audio issues with it. I did just buy a new mic, and I'm using it for the first time, so I'm hoping that this comes out perfect audio-wise. But if not, I will be adjusting it as time goes on, so it will definitely get better if it's not perfect already. But please, let me know, give me your feedback of the audio in the comments section of this. So yeah. So going over the actual items that we have out here, this time we're going to be doing the video on the Marvel Legends from the first 10 year series of this 3-pack for Infinity War. So I'm very happy with this new series that's coming out. I think that it's great to get figures that we didn't get before, or figures that needed an update that are now getting an update. This is just the perfect series. Hasbro's been doing this for some of their other toy lines, such as Transformers with the Studio series, and it's wonderful, especially for me that is a big villains fan, that they miss out on a lot of the villain toys. They're finally going back and doing a lot of those characters, which is great. And when they did show this line, they also had a photo of like a bunch of the movies that they were doing, like all the movies, and Infinity War was a part of that. So a lot of people have been speculating about an Infinity War set, and now we finally have it. It's a 3-pack, as you can see. This is only the second 3-pack. The first one was for Iron Man 3, which came with an Iron Man armor. I was gonna say Gwyneth Paltrow, Pepper Potts, and the Mandarin. So this is the other 3-pack, which consists of Iron Man, Thanos, and Doctor Strange. So overall, starting off with the Iron Man figure, I think that other than the torso, considering it has a light-up feature, it's basically the same thing that came in the Thanos Build-A-Figure wave, which is nothing too special in my opinion, because that the suit in Infinity War is really unique. It's nanotech technology, and it was able to do a lot of cool things. It was able to shift its proportions and to change its mass in areas, and to have a bunch of neat weapons that were not seen before, and they completely didn't do anything with it in the regular series, and in now this update where they should, and they have the capability of adding more and doing it right. They still didn't do it right, in my opinion. It's very bland. It has a light up feature now, which is cool, but that's something that I totally don't need, and it means that it probably won't have torso articulation, which is definitely disappointing. But it would have been great if he had like some flaps on the back that could come up, if he had like interchangeable arms that had the more I don't know what you call, like jackhammer type of look to them, that he uses to punch Thanos. It would be cool if he had one of the knives that's like coming out of the hand, like just as an interchangeable hand. That would have been pretty cheap for them to do. That would have been great. An extra Tony Stark head sculpt with like just pieces of the metal somewhere. An interchangeable leg that was like mainly Tony Stark's leg, with like the nanotech kind of just merging onto it. There's so many things you can do with this armor, because it was so unique and surprisingly cool in the movie, that it's just not expressed here in this toy. This toy is very basic, which is definitely disappointing. Then we have Doctor Strange, who figure-wise, I believe it's the same figure that originally came out for Doctor Strange, the movie, other than it's a new cape and a new head sculpt. I believe those are the only differences. The arm with those accessories, that might be attached to his arm, I'm not 100% sure. But overall, there's not any really change in his costume from Doctor Strange movie to Infinity War, so I don't really see an update, a needed update with this figure, especially since the first Doctor Strange is not a particularly hard figure to get or anything. It's not like it's something that only some people could get because it was an exclusive set or something like that. No, it was very readily available, so that's just a figure that doesn't need an update in my opinion. I love the fact that he does come with the accessories now to be like utilizing the time stone. I think those are cool, but head sculpt wise I do think it's new, but I don't think it's like superior in any way from the original too, so I don't find it particularly special. That seems like a really basic figure, especially if you have the first one. Then Thanos looks a little more interesting to me. That's a nice update, of course, because he is done in the proper colors. The first one did not have the proper skin tone. It was still a cool color. I liked the skin tone of the first one, but it wasn't accurate, but it was cool. I liked the look of it. But this one is definitely much more accurate. It's much more lighter purple, which I think looks very nice. They've lightened up the gold on his armor a lot too, and then the gauntlet is a brighter gold as well. At least it looks like it from this photo. From this photo, the gauntlet kind of looks dark like the original one. But from this photo, it does definitely look like it's a little brighter, a little shinier, which I do like. And I like the fact that the gauntlet now, he has an open hand instead of the fist. And then as far as head sculpt's concerned, he comes with a second head sculpt now that's really angry, which I think looks great. I'm very happy with that. And that definitely helps, you know, a different expression really helps change up a figure, which I definitely like. The first one, I almost feel like he had a somewhat of a smirk. Maybe not, you come to think of it. I'm not sure if that other head sculpt, I think that's just a repaint from the original one. I don't think that's a new one. I think the only new one is the angry one, but I like the angry one a lot. But overall, this pack is a little disappointing because, you know, for this series, like the Ant-Man one is the one I'm most looking forward to, and that one's perfect because it took a figure that needed an update with the original Ant-Man from the Ant-Man 1 movie. That figure desperately needed an update. It had a completely inaccurate mask and everything, and they're updating it, and they're giving him the proper mask with a Paul Rudd head sculpt, and then they're giving us a figure that we should have got from the first movie, but we never got, being Yellow Jacket. So that's a pack that's done right. This one, in my opinion, isn't done very well because the Thanos is a figure that needed an update, and we're getting an update with in this package, which I think is done right. However, the other two figures in the series, the Doctor Strange is a figure that does not need an update, so you know his figure is kind of bland. And then Iron Man, he could definitely use an update. However, the figure, they didn't do the updates that are needed to be done. They just gave him a light, which is definitely not what needed to happen. I mean, there's a ton of other cooler, more accurate, more interesting things that they could have done to make that figure properly updated. So in general, I'm just not a big fan of the characters that they chose for this set. From a marketing perspective, it works out nicely because you get two big Marvel heroes with the villain. I think that's a solid set. But when you're just looking at it from the toys inside of the set, most of them are not needed to be made. I think that having Corvus Glaive and Ebony Maw would have been a great 2-pack. Those are kind of niche characters, but they're characters I think a lot of people would have really preferred. Also, replacing maybe the Iron Man or the Doctor Strange with a Spider-Man with an Iron Spider with the mechanical arms. That would have been a great one too, because that one would have probably been a pretty cheap one for them to make, and that would have been an update that was heavily needed and something that I think a lot of people would have really enjoyed. So personally, I feel like this pack could have been done better, considering 2 of the 3 figures I feel like just are not needed, and then the one that is needed is only needed as an update. It's not like a new character. So I feel like they could have done this set a little bit better. However, I do really like the Thanos. I do really want the Thanos from this set. I don't know if I'm going to buy the entire set though just for that Thanos, but I do love that Thanos because this will be a $75 set. Basically, they're just taking the prices of all the Marvel Legends and just upping them $5. They're doing that with the single packs, because those should be $20 of course, but they're selling for $25. The 2 packs should be $40, but they're selling for $50, and the 3 packs should be $60, but they're selling for $75. So that's basically what they're doing. They're just upping it by $5. It's a little bit more worth your money in this pack though, considering one of the figures in it is a Build-A-Figure, and therefore his price or his value should not be the standard $20 anyway. So it seems like you're getting kind of more for your money with a pack that comes with a Build-A-Figure instead of just an average figure. But yeah, overall, I feel like this could have been done better, but I am very happy with how they've updated Thanos. So let me know what you guys think of this new Marvel Studios The First 10 Years set for Infinity War featuring Iron Man, Thanos, and Doctor Strange, and thanks so much for watching.